Making bacon or bacon making? You guys grab your tool belts. We're gonna be digging a ditch and putting in a culvert today for one of my clients. I'm also gonna see how fast I could dig a ditch that's about 100 yards with my excavator with a 42-inch bucket, and find your next tool for your toolbox. Hot day in this Florida heat. I'm about to drop in a pipe for a ditch that we're going to be cleaning out today on a deer farm with one of my friends. Okay, you got this. It's about a 3-foot pipe we're going to be using for a culvert. It's about 20 feet long. Then we got an extension on it for another 30 feet. What we're going to do is we're going to be digging out this old one. And this old one over here is, we're going to dig out this entire road over here. Probably about a 4 foot deep, 4 or 5 foot deep. About 3 foot wide maybe to get it in there. So that's what it looks like. So stay tuned if you want to watch me on this project. Hopefully nothing goes wrong and nothing breaks. But it's a pretty simple, easy peasy job here. All right, so I went ahead and dug the ditch. Plus, I'm not really sure if that's gonna fit in there. I'm probably gonna have to dig a little bit wider. But I was able to kind of maneuver and attach both these pipes together with the excavator just by being very gentle with it and getting that cross member inside there on the correct thing. So what I'll do is I'll widen up that ditch over there, and I'm going to just roll it in there and pray that everything fits. Everything's deep enough. So I'm going to run I'm going to measure some things out before I do it. Cut once, measure twice. All right, so we got the culvert put in. Looks about really nice over here, nice and straight, where the water is going to be seeping. So I did learn a couple new little tricks here. Before you dig a culvert out, make sure, and you have water, make sure you build up a dam before you do that, or you're just going to be digging up mud the entire time. So we're going to go ahead and fill it in, starting from the middle, and then work out the end parts to clear them out really good. Definitely moving some water now. One thing that always have been a pain in my butt is that these pins right here, they're snap ring pins type things. If you're working with any kind of heavy brush or anything like that in your bucket, it constantly falls off. I've tried numerous methods on how to keep these attached no matter what you're doing, but they always fly off for no reason whatsoever. You can lose your pin, you lose your bucket, especially if you have a quick connect. So what I do is I go ahead and get it in there, and what I do is just take a piece of wire, that just lying around, whatever gauge wire, and I circle it in there in such a way that I just kind of keep on wrapping it in there. You can put a zip tie on and everything like that, but when you're in a pinch, you don't have it. Yeah, of course I don't have any sort of wrench or anything like that. That's Bad on me, right guys? Tool channel, I don't even have a wrench on me. I do the same thing with pocket knife though. Kind of hold it a little bit. I'll just tighten it down a little bit. There you go. So when you have your grease gun over here, it's essential to have one for an excavator. It's really simple. You pick these up. I use the marine grease because my stuff's always underwater. What you do first, pull it out, lock it, then you just unravel it like that. The old grease capsule is going to be inside it. You take that out, throw it away. You get the new one, just drop it inside. Then you go ahead and you pull off the clip, the cap of it. Then you stick it back inside the grease gun and you just lock it in, man. Go ahead, just fire it up for you, automatically start spitting it out. Got a little primer at the end. Lets out any air bubbles. Okay, there you go. Done deal. Then you get the greasing. I use the snap clip. As you can see, it just you have like a little, it's like a quick connect. You press it down, you get in there. Only problem is it doesn't have a good clearance if you're on something tight. So I want to time myself to see how long it's going to take me to clear 100 yards of ditch with my Kubota Kicks 33. There's a 42-inch clean out bucket that I use when I'm actually cleaning out the ditches or doing a little bit of grading with it, but it's absolutely perfect for when it comes to just cleaning up some ditches. So that's what I'm going to be using it for today. Nasty tree right there. So it looks like it took about 29 minutes. All right, here's the final product. Went ahead and dug this guy out. Looking pretty good. That little mini X will do just about anything you want it. I've said it before, it's got to be one of my favorite tools inside my barn. So, you know, I could dig holes with it, I could lift things up with it. I mean, I could move brush, I could do minor grading, even though I suck at grading. But I try to make it, but other than that, you know, you could go around, you could do water management with it. Like I said, it has its place. Skid steers have their place, but for me, my choice to get a Mini X for the farm was by far the best decision I made. So So go ahead, leave me a comment below and hit that like and subscribe button. Talk to you soon.